With great love and respect in my heart, I welcome you to this beautiful Sunday morning. It's beautiful to see the temple full here and our sky temple full, fullness overflowing. Let's take a few moments to just ground ourselves. So wherever you are, just pull your spine straight. Open your shoulders. Close your eyes and lighten your mind. Invite that peace, calming, cooling sensation in your eyes. Thinking of a beautiful flower, just relax your facial muscles as if a flower is just unfolding. Relax your neck, shoulders, spine. Soften the belly and get grounded. Grounded. Watch all the restlessness just settling down, the way sand settles in a glass of water. Keep breathing. How effortlessly the breath flows in and flows out. Relax your eyes a bit more. Let them rest. Bring your attention to that space between the two breaths. The breath has come in. Before you begin to breathe out, there is a little time space. And once you have breathed out, before the next breath comes in, there is a little space. Without stressing, enlarge that space a little bit more. And enjoy that space. Not too long. The breath has come in. Move into that space. And before your body begins to experience stress, release it. Bring your attention to normal breath again. Just let it come in and go out. And after a couple of breaths, pause it again. And think about the stillness of your eyes. Body is still, breath is still, Eyes are still, mind is still. Let the breath go back to its normal, keeping your mind resting in the center of the forehead. Instead of focusing too much on stilling the mind, keep thinking about the stillness of the eyes. Just think about stilling the eyes. You don't have to do anything. And slowly we open our eyes, welcome a breath, and welcome a smile on your face. It's a beautiful day. After many days, gentle showers are happening in Sonoma, and walking to the temple, the fragrance of the earth after receiving the rain after so many days. The aroma that comes out of the earth takes me back to my childhood, when we used to run around in the village and rains will come. I was looking at, just before I came in, picked up a book of Sarkar Baba, and just one liner. All actions are meaningless unless they nurture the soul. How often do we really think about what nurtures my soul? Most of the time we are preoccupied with what satisfies the hunger of my senses. How often do we truly think about what nurtures my soul? And how do I know whatever I am doing, is it nurturing my soul? How do I know? Actions that make me feel as if I'm honoring myself, respecting myself, are a good place to start. That any action that I do, and after that, it feels I have honored myself. Now again, you are in a conflict, and you have to set things right. You feel hurt, you feel unheard. Now you go out to set things right. Is that nurturing your soul? No. That's nurturing the ego. It may feel good in the moment that I set things right. It makes you feel righteous, self-righteous. And you may feel like, yes, I have protected my right. But as I look at it, it's really, that action is only nurturing your ego, not the soul. If I truly honor someone else with love in my heart, not because I'm expected to, but if it comes out of appreciation and I see good in the other person. When I'm seeing good in the other person, I'm also seeing good in me. And when I'm looking at the shortcoming, I'm looking at the fall, looking at their weaknesses, I'm nurturing my ego. An action that nurtures my soul is really a celebration of the divine virtues that are within us. No matter who they are, including yourself. Try to see good and see how your heart feels. Some people are trapped in the remembering the harm that was done, that came their way. They're just totally stuck in there. There are many other good things also came. Does our mind go to that? Good and bad are part of this life. But our fascination with, or our just holding on to negativity really keeps us trapped. When Baba says all actions, all endeavors are meaningless if they don't nurture the soul, it really goes to remind us again and again that we look at our actions, we look at our engagements, we look at our preoccupation with where am I spending my energy. If there is a conflict, we can resolve it, not by changing the other. Changing yourself is a lot easier than trying to change somebody else. How do we get out of a conflict? By keeping our vision high. I did not come here to solve this little problem. That's not my mission of life. The mission of life is to really elevate my soul. The other day we were having a discussion, just a little talk. And in Indian thinking, the soul has a long journey, 84 lakh yoni, 84,000 wombs. The soul has gone through before we took this human body. 84,000 yoni. The soul has gone through. And here we are at the pinnacle. And from here there is a chance to be free from the cycle of birth and death. That's the biggest pain. The process of coming out into this world and the process of leaving this world. Janma or mrityu, birth and death. To be free from this cycle of birth and death, that's the pain, not these little pains that happen to the body and the mind. If we get trapped, we stay trapped only in that and try to solve that, we are never going to have a chance to work on real work that we really need to do. Work towards our moksha, our liberation. That is the spiritual work. If we think by doing a little meditation and doing a little puja, I'll find a little peace and I'll find a little bliss. If that's how we limit it, so that's where it will stay. But the purpose of our spiritual work is really to stay in the remembrance of what we came here to do. Nothing is worth losing your peace of mind. Because if there is no peace in your mind, you cannot do that work that you came here to do. So if something is bothering you, you do have a choice to tell yourself, it's not a big deal. I can let it go. And you can let it go only if you are in the remembrance of, we have a short span of life. This life is very short span on the long journey of the soul. This remaining time that we have, may we redirect our energy, may we redirect our focus towards the real work that we came here to do. It reminds me of a story of a man who used to go to work every day. And on the way to work, he will stop first at the chai shop, have some chai and discuss politics with his friends. I'm telling this story from India, where people go casually to their office. They're not rushing. They have time. So they stop at the chai shop, have some chai and discuss politics. Then after that, the pawn shop, they'll have some pawn with other friends. And then walk slowly to the office. Same routine coming back. Stop at the chai shop, the pawn shop, the newspaper stop, discuss politics, come home. One day, he got a call from home that there's a fire in the house. He dashed out of the office and was running towards his house. His friend standing at the chai shop, the pawn shop, the newsstand said, wait. He said, no, I have no time for you right now. My house is on fire. So if the house is on fire, then you don't have time for these small things. Our house is on fire. We have a short span of time. In that time, we have to attain moksha, liberation, freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Once we are in the remembrance of that, then these little small trappings don't get hold of us and hold us hostage. Nothing is worth losing your peace. If your mind is peaceful, if your heart is light, you don't even need to do meditation. No matter where you are in a meditative state, if your heart is light and if your mind is clean. It's the purity of the heart, purity of the mind that is needed in this day and age. Otherwise, we create problem, then we try to solve it. If there is a conflict in my life, there must be another way to look at it. Maybe it's not worth wasting my time on it. If the debris is all over, and broken pieces of glass and nails, instead of trying to clean it all up, sometimes we just need to put on a pair of shoes and walk across it. Because we have some other important things, maybe later on come back and clean it up. So the choice is ours, how, where, when we spend our time. I'm not saying that we stop doing our usual tasks and things that can make us happy and keep us inspired. No, we do all those things. We do all those things. If those actions bring happiness and give a direction to the flow of my energy, it's all worth it. So today's satsang is really all about looking at our conflicts. If there is a conflict in my life, be that conflict with myself or with somebody else, and can I free myself from that in order to experience the lightness of the heart and purity of the mind? Then you can do meditation. Then you can really enjoy the pausing the breath and moving in that space between the two breaths. And it's not a remedy, it's not a medicine. Maybe I'm not even seeking anything from it. I'm just enjoying doing it. I'm just enjoying that space. If we enter in meditation from that mindset, something happens. Our meditation practice, our spiritual practice should be done just to enjoy, be in that space. I'm not seeking anything. It's not an exchange that if I do this, then I'll get this. I'm not seeking anything. I'm just enjoying it. That is the heart, that is the mind of a meditator who does it just for the sake of enjoyment. The result will come, but I'm not looking for it. If I start looking for the result, when am I going to get enlightened? When am I going to get enlightened? It's never going to happen. Enlightenment happens when you are not looking for it. Very subtly, it just dawns in. So please look at that. Where is the conflict in your life? Is that conflict within yourself? Mostly it starts there. When there is a conflict within myself, then it surfaces in many ways. And see how can you free yourself from it. In the beginning, your ego will come in and say, how I'm going to disrespect myself if I do this, if I bow down a little bit. No, you're really honoring yourself to not get into the conflict. There is a saying, the dogs keep barking, the elephant keeps walking. So you be the elephant, let the dogs bark. There will be always dogs barking. Yeah. Honor ourselves, love ourselves, respect ourselves. Any action that we do is puja, is nurturing the soul. To free yourself from conflict is honoring yourself. With this new daylight saving, now here we have, there is more hours light in the morning. May we take advantage of that, go for a nice walks in the morning, or take a little time to do things that are good for your body and mind. And the season is changing, so please look at your daily routine and how it is affecting your health. Bring some healthy habits, carve out a little time for meditation, and look at if some conflict is there, just choose one and maybe free yourself from it and see what happens. Free that energy. That is the Aghor practice. Freeing the energy that is trapped in negativity. So practice. Thank you all very much. I'll see you again next week.